Hey everyone, and welcome back to Boxmining Daily. So today we're going to focus on the daily cryptocurrency news, the news that's affecting the markets, but also we're going to focus on one key topic, which is India. So India previously, the RBI banned cryptocurrencies in India, but also there's now a petition to fight back against the banks banning this. So we're going to take a look at why this is important for India and what this petition really means for everyone as well. Of course, everything covered here is my personal opinion and not financial advice. So let's start off with the market recap first of all. So cryptocurrency markets recovered quite gradually over the weekend. If it was any other market, a 2% growth would be like, oh my god, it's 2%. But this is crypto and 2% is just like, anything that's ain't over 10% is just outright boring. So even Ethereum with the 8% growth, that's not really impressing the community that much. But that being said, I think the winner in the top 10s today is NEO. NEO's gone up almost 16%. So it seems like something's really happening there. But after looking at news, there wasn't that many new announcements. It just seems like people are really picking up NEO because, well, they like a big giant green sign over there. So moving on to the news, we first have one pretty important comment that I want to start the tone of today's episode with, which is blockchains are not the product. Wallets are not the product. 1,000 or 10,000, 1 million TPS are not the product. This is a really good post on Reddit by Champram Benjaporn. So great name over there, but he made a really important point, which is that we just can't look at these metrics because, of course, when it comes to adoption, people just don't really care about 1000 TPS. This is a back-end figure. What we really need, what he wanted to point out here is that who's like designing the UI for everything. We want to make these interfaces easy, but it really goes a little bit even beyond that. It's not just user interface, but user experience, UX. How does the user feel? Do you make them leave multiple windows? Do you make them get multiple accounts and cards? It's very confusing at this current point. But that being said, of course, blockchain offers one valuable aspect that no other cryptocurrency no other kind of product on the market offers, which is complete control over that asset. It is the best in class asset protection. And the more people realize of this one important point, what does that even mean? Asset protection means that you have complete control over it. If the bank wants to take your money, or they take your money to invest and they lose your money, well, that's kind of your fault, and you kind of have to rely on other people to protect you, like the government. But with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, when you hold that Bitcoin and hold a private key, it's stored permanently on your blockchain. No one can take that money away from you. And that being said, of course, it's going to really help the unbanked as well. So this is what I'm going to talk about in the main topic of the day. But before that, we want to visit Lightning Labs. So Lightning Labs, they just raised millions of dollars from Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter. It really goes to show that blockchain technology, in terms of developing the infrastructure, the Lightning network is meant to be a scaling solution for Bitcoin. So Lightning transactions on Bitcoin are instantaneous and almost nearly free and almost infinitely scalable. So if this really launches and works well, right now it's in the testing phase, but if it does work, it does do what it promises, it's going to greatly scale Bitcoin. So Jack's so impressed by that, he's investing millions of his own money into Lightning Labs research. We also have something that's pretty exciting last of all. So this, I've been saying this for a while, and I know that Bitcoin is going to be big with gamers. So why? Because gamers understand virtual currency. Those World of Warcraft gold or the ETH ISK or even Riot points. These are digital currencies. And right now, this gamer just held up a huge sign, buy Bitcoin. I'm not sure if you see it there, but buy Bitcoin at the finals of LCS. Gamers are excited for cryptocurrencies. They are going to be the first ones to know the value of this, to know how to use it, and to really know and understand this whole ecosystem. And for proof, I'm a gamer, and I just watched Crypto Crow. He's a gamer. He plays EVE Online and he plays Hearthstone. Crypto Daily is a gamer as well. This is gonna be pretty huge in the future, and gamers are the first ones that's gonna understand the real importance of Bitcoin beyond being just a speculative asset. So now let's talk about the main topic of the day. So India. So India made the headlines around last week when RBI, the biggest reserve bank of India, they started banning cryptocurrencies. They didn't really want to have anything to do with it, and they encouraged the other banks to ban cryptocurrencies as well. So it's not really a countrywide kind of ministry or government mandated ban. It's rather the banks don't really want to do anything to do with it. So that caused a huge stir in the markets. People are like, oh, why is India dropping out right now? So India, the population, they're fighting back. They're saying, you know what? There's 17,000 signatures already being signed to fight back, to reverse the Indian central bank's ban on cryptocurrency. And even more than that, this really is important for India. And the reason why is because India has a large population of the unbanked, and cryptocurrencies allows people who are unbanked to have transfer of value. Imagine if you don't have a bank account and you want to send value to your uncle, you want to send USD or any sort of kind of money to your uncle or your aunt, well, and they don't have an account too, that's going to be really difficult. And just signing up, if you're living in rural parts of India, it's going to be hard to get access to a bank, sign up and get everyone involved. Here with cryptocurrencies, you can really just transfer value. Everyone has a phone these days. Transfer that value or boom, and it's instantaneous across borders even, especially in Southeast Asia where there's many borders and maybe even kind of barriers to transfer of value. I dug out a report from Business World that says around 19% of India is currently unbanked. That's a huge portion of the population. And if you don't think that's important, look at how big India is in terms of population. They have 1.3 billion people. That's also, China has 1.37 billion people. India has 1.32. So they're very comparable in terms of population size. So if you don't think India is going to matter, oh man, it does matter. They have a large amount of population. Around 19% of those people are unbanked. If it's 19% of 1.3 billion people, that's almost 250 million people. That's more than half the population of the United States that's unbanked in India. And that's a huge population that will gain a massive benefit from cryptocurrencies. That being said, of course, government issued solutions. So we saw yesterday, we're talking about this government central India issued cryptocurrency. That's not going to work. We've seen that in the past, and this is now supported by the Swiss central banker as well. Bankers are coming out to say, you know what, government versions of this just doesn't work. The reason why is because it doesn't offer any kind of innovation on the current system. It still relies on the current banking system. The whole idea is that now we can form a trust layer without banks, because banks, you know, they're valuable because they are trusted. But if you have another system that's completely trustworthy and basically unbreakable, that offers a new form of value as well. So I'm really kind of excited for the future. I'm really hoping that these petitions can get somewhere. But even if it doesn't, it might just be a year or two before these bankers start realizing, you know what, a centralized currency doesn't work. Is people aren't going to pick up that. And of course, new projects are going to come in to allow people to transfer value. We've seen before that cryptocurrency is allowing kind of cross-border transfers of value right now for remittance, even in Southeast Asia. I talked about BitSpark before. It's a local service in Hong Kong that allows a transfer of value into the Philippines using, of course, BitShares. So this is going to be huge. There's going to be potential real-world applications of this, and this is only going to get bigger as people start realizing the true value of cryptocurrencies. I'd love to hear what you think about this topic below, because it's really important to me that this really message gets really put across, that Bitcoin isn't just speculation. It has real value and real use cases. And just as a few updates, there's been a chat going on a Boxmining Telegram group that KuCoin has been freezing accounts for some users. So if you've been affected by that, if you couldn't move or withdraw funds out of KuCoin, do leave a comment below, because that's a really big issue that needs to be brought to light if this is affecting you as well. So lastly, of course, I had a few questions on my channel about where's Crypto Daily? You know, he's been offline for a week or two, and well, it seems like I falsely reported that he was just playing video games, playing World of Warcraft, but actually he's going through some stuff, and I'll leave him to tell you that when he comes back.